Shalom. This week we celebrate Shmini Atzeret, Simchat Torah, and Zos Haberachah we read as the final portion of the Torah. And as our Torah portion ends this week, so does the yearly reading of the end of the Torah. The end of the Torah portion is also the end of the Torah itself. The Torah was given through Moshe, and it is fitting that the Torah ends with Moshe's passing. Yet before Moshe dies, he is allowed a miraculous privilege from God. The text of the Torah reads, Moshe went up from the steppes of Moab to Har Navo, to the summit of Pisgah, opposite Yericho, and God showed him the entire land, from Gilad as far as Dan. God said to him, "This is the land which I swore to Avram, to Yitzchak, and to Yaakov. I will assign to your offspring. I have let you see it with your own eyes, but you shall not cross there." This is a beautiful and generous gesture by God to Moshe. But due to his sin, Moshe was punished by not being allowed to enter into Eretz Yisrael. Yet God allows him to miraculously see all of Eretz Yisrael from a high mountain in what is today Jordan. Yet, God ended his message with a strange statement, "But you shall not cross there." Why did God have to remind Moshe that he wasn't going to cross into Eretz Yisrael? In his commentary to this phrase, the Sforno wrote that Moshe couldn't enter Eretz Yisrael in order to ensure that Moshe's blessing will not take hold in such a manner that the land won't be destroyed in the end, as was decreed to occur when their measure of evil would be full. It would seem that the Sforno maintained that if Moshe entered Eretz Yisrael, his blessing on the land would protect the land from the destruction that was to happen when the Jewish people inevitably sinned and were exiled in punishment. That's amazing. The Rambam wrote about the uniqueness of Moshe and why the Jewish people thought so much of him. The fundamental principle that Avram had planted, ethical monotheism, the Rambam wrote, would have been uprooted, and the descendants of Yaakov would have returned to the errors of the world and their crookedness. But because of God's love for us, and to uphold the oath he made to Avram, our patriarch, he brought forth Moshe, our teacher, the master of all prophets, and sent him to redeem the Jews from Egypt. After Moshe, our teacher, prophesied, and God chose the Jewish people as his inheritance, he crowned them with mitzvot and informed them of the path to serve him, teaching them the judgment prescribed for idol worshippers and all those who stray after it. The Jews did not believe in Moshe, though, our teacher, because of the wonders that he performed. Whenever anyone's belief is based on wonders, the Rambam wrote, the commitment of his heart has shortcomings, because it is possible to perform a wonder through optical illusions. What is the source of the belief in Moshe? It was the revelation at Har Sinai. Our eyes saw and not a stranger's. Our ears heard and not somebody else's. There was fire, thunder, and lightning. He entered, meaning God, the thick clouds, and the voice spoke to him. We heard, "Moshe, Moshe, go tell them the following." Moshe's influence on the Jewish people was so formidable that had he entered Eretz Yisrael, the destiny of cause and effect, the Jewish people's sin and their punishment would have been interrupted. As we close the Torah, it is so important to note the oversized role that Moshe played in the development of the Jewish people. Shabbat Shalom, Chag Sameach.